Welcome to the 2026 Guide for Energy Sustainability. Here is how backup power secures your future.
Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today. We are literally decoding the tech landscape by breaking down a massive spectrum of energy products from a variety of sources. From your everyday consumer gear all the way up to massive industrial grids, we're digging into a complete 2026 product sustainability guide to see exactly how technology is completely reshaping the way we capture, store, and use power. So think about it for a second. If the grid went down today, is your personal tech setup ready for an off-grid, low-carbon future? When you head out into the wilderness or just face a nasty storm, how resilient is your power supply? In today's explainer, we're going to show you exactly how the personal choices you make regarding your home and travel setups connect directly to massive global energy movements. Okay, let's dive right into our roadmap for today. We'll start with the 2026 energy shift, move into portable clean power stations, scale things up to smart homes and buildings, then zoom way out to grid-scale battery systems, and finally wrap up with sustainable manufacturing and ESG. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the 2026 energy shift. We are living in a defining year, We're actively moving away from legacy fossil fuels and stepping fully into an era of smart, modular, and renewable power. And the absolute foundation of this shift, it's LiFePO, or lithium iron phosphate. If you're buying a power station today, this is exactly what you want inside it. Unlike the older lithium-ion models, LiFePO is incredibly stable. We're talking superior thermal stability and the amazing ability to handle thousands upon thousands of charge cycles without really degrading. In fact, these are the exact same high-performance cells used in modern electric vehicles. It's honestly a night and day difference. We're finally trading in those clunky, loud, smelly gas generators, the ones guaranteed to annoy your neighbors, for 2026 power stations. These modern units are whisper quiet. They emit literally zero fumes, so you can run them right in your living room, and best of all, they can be recharged endlessly using just the sun. Moving right along to Section 2, portable clean power stations. Recent testing shows there is basically a specialized tool for whatever you need right now. Look, if you want a premium build and unbeatable customer support, the Anker C2000 Gen 2 takes the top spot. Need massive expandability on a budget? The Pecron E1000 lets you build out a 4,000 watt-hour system for under $1,000. And if you're a fan of clever conveniences, the EcoFlow River 3 Plus actually features a detachable phone charger built right into the top. It is 100% a buyer's market for sustainable tech right now. Now, what's really interesting about this data is that 94% number. That's the measured efficiency of the Bluetti Elite 200. Most power stations hover around, 80 to 85%? But the Bluetti practically destroys that benchmark. Almost every single watt you put in comes right back out. Plus, it has an incredibly low 9-watt idle consumption, meaning it can just sit there, ready for an emergency, without slowly draining itself dead. But why does this actually matter to us? Well, because these aren't just glorified camping gadgets anymore. Yeah, sure, they're perfect for off-grid overlanding, but they are also literal lifesavers. They provide silent, reliable backup for CPAP machines and other vital medical devices during a storm. If you work remotely, they'll effortlessly keep your laptops and Starlink routers humming along completely isolated from grid blackouts, especially when you integrate them with portable solar panels. Okay, let's scale things up a bit. Section 3, smart homes and buildings. So this whole building transformation happens in progressive steps, as we see with software platforms like Alexity. First, you install load controls for massive energy drains, like HVAC systems and EV chargers. Second, you layer in your solar arrays and battery storage. But the real magic, that happens in step 3, syncing all of that automatically to day-ahead utility pricing. Doing this can literally yield 2 to 4 times the cost savings, compared to just installing a battery by itself. And this breakdown brilliantly illustrates why that smart control is absolutely critical. A typical commercial energy bill shows that just the air conditioning kicking on a Monday morning can account for up to 70% of a building's peak load. That's enough to make any building manager sweat, right? If your building management system is blind to real-time grid prices and your battery's state of charge, you are going to get hit with massive peak energy penalties. Syncing everything prevents those massive spikes. Which brings us to this really powerful quote from Alexity's CEO, Casey Miller. Monitoring versus control is a Grand Canyon gap. Basically, just watching your energy use on a fancy dashboard, that doesn't cut it anymore. As utilities move toward highly dynamic, time-based pricing, your building system has to actively control loads, making split-second decisions to align your usage with the cheapest, cleanest energy available. Alright, zooming way out to the macro level, Section 4, Grid-Scale Battery Systems. So we're talking about BESS, or Battery Energy Storage Systems. I want you to think of these as massive, shipping container-sized battery configurations sitting front of the meter. They basically soak up excess wind and solar energy when production is super high, and then they deploy it when demand spikes. These modular setups are absolutely critical for stabilizing regional power grids and fulfilling the massive global commitments made at COP28 to reach net zero emissions by 2030. To give you a sense of the sheer scale here, consider this number, 1.5 gigawatts. That is the active capacity of BESS projects currently managed by Triva Group and its partners just in Germany alone. And get this, they have another 3.5 gigawatts in the pipeline. These are mega projects that are fundamentally rewiring how entire nations manage their electricity. But you might be wondering, how do investors actually make these giant batteries economically feasible? Well, they use varied revenue strategies. There's fully merchant for high risk and high reward based on market trading. There's a floor strategy that guarantees a minimum revenue. Hybrid models split the battery's capacity between different risk profiles, and tolling agreements which provide stable, predefined revenue regardless of market volatility. It is a whole new asset class in the infrastructure sector. Let's move to our final stop and see how all this is actually built. Section 5, Sustainable Manufacturing and ESG. What we're seeing across the board now are these sprawling solar arrays generating on-site renewable energy to power factory operations. Companies like Gold Peak Technology Group aren't just selling batteries. They're heavily investing in decarbonizing their actual manufacturing operations. They are physically installing the clean energy infrastructure required to build our clean energy future. And they're also innovating on the chemistry itself, which is genuinely exciting. Gold Peak recently commissioned a brand new facility in Dongguan, China, specifically for nickel-zinc or Nizan batteries. Compared to conventional lead-acid batteries, Nizan offers way higher power density, much better recyclability, and this is a major breakthrough: zero risk of thermal runaway. It's an incredibly safe, sustainable alternative, perfectly timed for the booming demand in AI data centers. Now, this isn't just fluffy corporate speak. There are real metrics behind it. That 5.09% represents the measurable, market-based operational carbon emissions reduction that Gold Peak achieved in just 1 year compared to their baseline. It completely proves that with targeted investments in renewable procurement and energy efficiency, measurable progress is absolutely happening on the factory floor. And check this out. It goes way beyond just carbon. At their on-site sustainability corner, they proudly display their UL 2799 Platinum validation. That certification means that multiple global factories for this group have achieved true zero waste. They are successfully diverting 100% of their manufacturing refuse right away from landfills. All of this is driven by top-down corporate commitments. As their board statement outlines right here, they aim to establish a clear pathway towards net zero operations by 2050, backed by strict interim goals for 2030 and 2040. Whether we're talking about portable power stations or grid-scale mega batteries, the entire 2026 sustainability movement is being propelled by these massive structural manufacturing shifts. So we've journeyed from the portable battery you take camping all the way to the massive industrial grids powering entire regions. It's an absolutely fascinating time for tech, but I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. As the energy grid transforms around us, how are you going to upgrade your own energy resilience this year? Will you start monitoring your home's load, or maybe invest in a portable power station? Thank you so much for learning with me today in this explainer. Until next time, stay curious and stay powered up.